today at the Mighty 8th Museum here in Pooler, Georgia, and just outside of Savannah, Georgia. And we're honoring all of those that served in the Mighty 8th, served during World War II and some other wars, mostly out of England. And so this is the first video. There's a lot of markers here, so I'm sure it'll be spread over several videos. So I hope you get some good information about the Mighty 8th Air Force and learn a little bit more about our history and the previous wars that we have fought in. This marker was presented to the men and women of the Mighty 8th Air Force by the Savannah Board of Realtors. This is for James Jimmy Stewart. James Maitland Jimmy Stewart was born in Indiana, Pennsylvania on the 20th of May of 1908. Stewart attended public school in Indiana before enrolling in Mercersburg Academy. He enrolled in Princeton University and completed a Bachelor of Science degree in architecture in 1932. Stewart was active in the Drama Society at Princeton. When he was unable to find work in architecture, he returned to the stage, and by October of 1932, he was appearing in Broadway productions in New York. In 1935, he was recruited by a talent scout to the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer studio and traveled to Hollywood, California to begin his long career in motion pictures. Later that year, he appeared in his first movie, The Murder Man. Over the next 6 years, Jimmy Stewart appeared in 28 features films, moving up to the cast ladder from supporting player to leading man as his unpretentious, folksy screen presence captured the attention of the American public. He was nominated for an Academy Award in 1939 for his role in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. The next year, he received the Oscar for Best Actor for his work in the Philadelphia Story. Stewart's fascination with flight began in 1927 when Charles Lindbergh made his epic solo flight across the Atlantic. Not long after he arrived in California, Stewart earned his pilot's license and bought a small airplane. After the beginning of World War II in Europe, in 1939, Stewart started preparing himself to qualify as a military pilot in the event that the United States became involved in the conflict. In March 1941, only a month after receiving his Academy Award and 9 months before the United States entered the war, Jimmy Stewart enlisted as a private in the United States Army Air Corps. Commissioned in 1942, he was a captain commanding the 703rd Squadron of the 445th Bomb Group when it went overseas the next year. In 1944, he was promoted to major and became operations officer of the 453rd Bomb Group. By March of 1945, he had been promoted to colonel and became chief of staff of the 2nd Combat Bomb Wing. Stewart flew 20 combat missions in B-24 Liberator bombers. By the time the war ended, he had received 2 Distinguished Flying Crosses, 4 Air Medals, and the French Croix de Guerre for his service. Anyway, you can see the rest of what he had to say about Jimmy Stewart there. And if we go up, there's the bust of Jimmy Stewart here in this museum. This is Chicks Creek, Anthony something or other. This one is very hard to read. It's apparently been out here a long time. So it's got a bunch of names on it. I'm not sure what all the names are. This is the Brownie Boys, the 412th SODN, the 95th BG, I'll Be Around, and Blues in the Reich. This is True Love's crew, the 487th BG AF Station 137, Lavenham, 838 SQ, from 1944 to 1945. It says, true love, a mighty flying fortress you were, flying with God on your wings, answering youthful prayer, many round trips to targets, and home you safely flew. And now the eternal spirit of youth honors you. And here's the 355th Fighter Group, the 354th Fighter Squadron Bulldogs, and then there's a list of pilots and the ground crew. It's a pretty plaque. Here's Mac's crew, the 527th Squadron, and all the people that were in that group. Here's the 487th BG, 839 BS, the people involved in that squadron. This is Duke Spook, the 34th Bomb Group, 391st Squadron, Mendlesham, England. This marker is in memory of and to honor these various people and all of the valiant airmen of the 93rd Bomb Group, the 1st B-24 Liberator Group deployed to England in World War II. This marker is for Snell's crew, 861 BS, 493rd BG. And right beside it is the Robarts, Sergeant Carl Robarts from Georgia. And all these various people, all the Robarts are from Georgia. This marker is for the 448th Bomb Group, 2nd Air Division, 8th Air Force. We came from all states of the United States. Some were so young, just out of high school, but most in their late teens or young 20s, eager to do what they could to preserve freedom. We quickly learned our skills and formed the 448th Bomb Group of the mighty 8th Air Force, based in Seething, England. And then it talks about all the various combats that they flew. This is the 466th Bomb Group, the 8th Air Force, 2nd Air Division, United States Army Air Force, Station 120, Adelberg Airfield. They flew 231 combat missions in B-24 Liberator aircraft in an air offense over the continent of Normandy, northern France, Rhineland, Ardennes, Alsace, and Central Europe. This is the 384th Bombardment Group of the 8th Air Force of the United States of America. They flew from this airfield. And there's writing on the sides as well. This marker is for the 385th Bombardment Group. Talks about the combat units, the support units. Those of us who have survived dedicate this monument to our fallen comrades who have given their last full measure of devotion in a sacred cause. This marker is for the 398th Bombardment Group, Heavy. This memorial is dedicated to the everlasting memory of those air crews and support units who served so gallantly in World War II. This is the 489th Bomb Group, 1943 to 1945, Commander Colonel Ezekiel W. Napier, dedicated to all who served with the 489th, and a memorial to those of the group who gave their lives in the cause of freedom and human dignity. World War II, Halesworth, England. And the 4 squadrons are listed below. The 844th, 845th, 846th, and 847th. This marker is for the 487th Bomb Group. It lists all those that were killed in action. And there's names on all 4 sides of this. It says duty, honor, country on the 3 sides. Here's a bench in memory and honor of Colonel Wilbur C. Bud Carraway. This bench is in memory of the faithful and honorable service of Sergeant Willys Wayne Ross. He completed 25 combat missions as a radio gunner. This marker says the Hills. This is part of the Korean War. The Forgotten War, in honor of the men and women who served in the armed forces of the United States during the period June 1950 to July 1953. This side has the battles. This one is the Macheath Station 145, the 467th Bombardment Group Heavy, the 2nd Air Division, the 8th Air Force, United States Army Air Force. This is the 467th Bomb Group, dedicated to Colonel Albert. I'm not exactly sure what the last name is. This talks about Andy's Dandies, the 100th BG 418th SQ, and they did 35 missions, and there's a list of the people that flew in that plane. This is the 355th Fighter Group and support units, and this is an interesting ladder. And this marker is the Slybird Group, 353 FC, or FG, it's hard to tell. This is the Alabama chapter, the 8th Air Force Historical Society, in honor of those who gave so much that others might live free. This is the 2nd Schweinfurt Memorial Association, and it's in memory of the courageous airmen of the United States Army 8th Air Force. They fought against overwhelming odds in savage defiance, attacked and severely damaged the ball bearing factories in Schweinfurt, Germany. This is for the 364th in honored memory to the gallant men of the 364th Fighter Group who gave their lives for the freedom of our country. Greater love hath no man. To the men of the 486th Bomb Group Heavy, lost in action, I remember you, my young brothers, as we were, as it was. This is the resting place of our memory, as it always will be. Here's a marker for the 401st Bomb Group. It says Uncle Tom Cabin. There's the names that are listed. 34 missions in 1944. There's Mary Ruth, Memories of Mobile, 401st SQ, the 91st Battle Group, B-17F. They were in Hulls, Germany. Here's the Grumman Retiree Club, Savannah chapter, in tribute to the men and women who have given their time and talents to the building of some of the world's finest and most renowned aircraft. The name Grumman on a plane or part has the same meaning to the Navy that sterling on silver has to you. And then here's a list of names. Lots of names on this marker. Ye Old Pub and Carol Dawn, the 527th SQ, 379th Battle Group, and there's the people that were involved in this particular airplane. Here's Pop Griffin's crew of the 398th Bomb Group and the 602nd Bomb Squadron. Here we have the markers of the 389th Bomb Group, 565th Squadron in memory of PTS pirates. Then we have the 700th Squadron, the 445th Bomb Group, Shoo Shoo Baby, The Warrior, which was the 388th Bomb Group, 563rd Squadron, and then Ellison's crew, which was the 397th Battle Group, 576th Squadron. All of these were part of World War II. Here we have at the top is the 384th Battle Group Heavy, the 544th Battle Squadron, B-17C Sneakin' Deacon. Below that we had the 401st Battle Group, 612th, the Honey Pie, and those are the people that were in each of those planes. This one's a little bit harder to read. Looks like it was the 34th Battle Group, 7th Squadron, and then we get the 187th Battle Group, 837th Squadron, and then there's a little bit of dirt on top of this one. I don't know if that's 7th or if there's a number in front of it. Battle Group, the 711th Squadron, and then we have the Doolittle Doughboys down here at the bottom. Here we have, in memory of those who served, the 2nd Strategic Air Depot. And then below we have the 493rd Battle Group, the 863rd Squadron, the Vigorous Tigers. And then over here we have Corky's crew. And moving on over, we have Bomber's Moon. And then we have the Ripper, the Van Winkle crew. And then up above that is the 493rd Battle Bomb Group with the 861st Bomb Squadron. Apparently. And then down here we have the 489th Battle Group, 844th Battle Squadron, crew number 7. In this group, we have the 303rd Battle Group, the 427th Squadron, Red 166. Then we have the Wound Twip Wabbit. Over here is the 427th Battle Squadron, 303rd Battle Group. We have the 303rd Battle Group Heavy, the 360th Squadron, and then we have the powerful Katrinka. This one is for the 445th Bombardment Group Heavy, flying bombing missions out of their base in Tibbenham, England during World War II. The 445th Bombardment Group Heavy, 2nd Air Division, flew B-24 Liberators deep into the Nazi-held Europe. The 700th, 701st, 702nd, and 703rd Bombardment Squadrons Heavy were assigned to the group, and all were supported by superior ground personnel. The 445th Bomb Group flew 280 missions and 6,323 sorties from the 13th of December, 1943 to April 25th, 1945. They lost a total of 138 aircraft but were never stood down. On February 24th of 1944, the 445th together with other bomb groups of the 2nd Air Division, participated in an attack on the Gothier Wagon Fabric AG, located in Gotha, Germany, a manufacturing site for ME-110s. The 445th Bomb Group received the Presidential Unit's citation for action on this mission. They successfully located the target, and bombing with extreme accuracy and devastating results, they dealt the Luftwaffe a most telling blow. On September 27, 1944, the 445th suffered the greatest loss by one group on a single mission of the 8th Air Force. With Kassel, Germany as their assigned target, 37 B-24s took off from Tybingham. They never reached Kassel, dropping their bombs near Göttingen, approximately 30 miles northeast of Kassel. Having left the main bomber stream, the planes of the 445th were isolated. They were attacked by more than 100 German fighters, losing 25 air crews and airplanes. The next day, on September 28th, 10 B-24s from the bomb group successfully dropped their bombs on the Kassel target and returned to Tybingham. 4 decades later, the Kassel Mission Memorial Association was formed. Today, the Kassel Mission Historical Society, in collaboration with their former German foes, continues to honor airmen of both countries who were killed in action on that fateful Kassel Mission Day. Okay, left of this gate is the 359th Squadron, 303rd Battle Group. Then on the other side, it's presented by the family and friends of 2nd Lieutenant Louis Howard Bourgeault, our hero. Well, that's going to end this historical markers video. So I hope you learned something about our history in the wars, and we'll definitely be talking about this in a few more episodes. So let's learn what else there is to learn about the Mighty Eighth.